I'm Kristen Kames, the group leader of the Weymouth Wildcat World Travelers. I'm here to show you today an inexpensive, easy way to help keep your travelers safe and healthy while on tour. I've been traveling with EF Tours since 1996, and luckily I've had some really great chaperones who've joined me along the way. One of my best chaperones is a registered nurse who helps keep our group extra healthy while traveling. She's compiled a list of medications that she tends to give out the most, which are over the counter for students. She also recommends that students pack these in their luggage so that they can provide themselves with these over-the-counter medications. I found throughout the years, unfortunately, that many students don't bring some of these over-the-counter medications, possibly because they're just too expensive. So I'm going to share with you a way that you can do this relatively inexpensively. In fact, I made 4 of these pouches for the total of $52 by collecting materials and medications from Dollar Tree, Ocean State Job Lot, and Walmart. By no means am I an associate of any of those stores, but I'm just letting you know my little tip. So I'm going to show you that the contents of this package, what it has, and it only weighs about maybe 3/4 of a pound, if that, and it fits really easily into your EF backpack. So it's a great way for you to get together with some friends that you're traveling with and produce some of these bags and keep them, and you'll be healthier while you're on tour. So let's begin. I'm going to dissect this bag so you can see exactly what's in it. One of the things I included from the dollar store was a little mini flashlight, just in case, maybe in the middle of the night, you might want to read and you don't want to disturb your roommates. It's a great little flashlight to have. Again, it was only $1. And taking some of the major items out of here, one of which is a rain poncho. You never want to be caught in a deluge. That obviously would be unexpected that you don't have a raincoat or umbrella for. This is a lot less bulky than an umbrella, so I included that. This came from Ocean State Job Lot for $1. The second item I included in your emergency pack is some tissue. You never know when you might need some, especially if you run into a restroom in Europe or anywhere else that doesn't have toilet paper. This can get you out of that situation relatively easily. These came 4 packs for $1 at the dollar store. I also included some antibacterial white wet wipes, these came 4 for $1. You never know, like when you're on the plane, you should maybe wipe down your armrest or your tray, or even if there's a remote there, even your hotel room. You might want to wipe down your telephone handle, the remote control for the television, as well as your doorknobs. Again, these things are always clean. By no means am I dissing on any of the wait staff or the housekeeping staff at hotels, but those things tend to be overlooked when it comes to antibacterial materials. So make sure you take some of these. It's a great thing to have while traveling. I've also included a brush. I will say at the outset that I tend to have made more of a female version of this bag to show you. Masculine beings out there or people who need some other supplies, please feel free, of course, to make this bag your own. So this is a small brush that I found. Again, it was only $1. And I also included a hair tie with it that I got, again, at the dollar store. I was able to make, like I said, all 4 of these for about $13 a piece. So all of these bags that I have here are equal in terms of content. One of the other things I've included is a pen. You can never not have one of these. It's great if you're on the plane and you might have to fill out some boarding information, or maybe you're traveling around and you just need to write something down. It's always good to have a pen handy. One of the other things I've included is some body cleansing wipes. After a long plane ride, these can be quite refreshing, considering that you probably won't have a hotel room ready for you as soon as you land. This is a nice idea to be able to duck into the airport restroom and be able to just kind of give yourself a quick wash down on one of these. I was able to get 3 per bag, so that was a really good deal. Also in here, I've included a smaller bag. I bought 40 of these little bags for $1, again at the dollar store. And I've included some of the things that were just kind of loose, so I figured I'd put them all together. One, of course, is bandages. Always a good idea to have some of these, especially if you pack some new shoes. I don't recommend it, but if you did, these will help you if you get any blisters. I also included an emery board in case you break a nail. All that lifting of those heavy suitcases might break one or two, so this is a good one to have. Don't bring a metal one because it may not get you through airport security. One of my favorite items to include in this little bag is one of the Crest Scope portable, or I should say disposable toothbrushes. This is a lifesaver, especially after a long plane ride, or maybe you've had a really good lunch, but it's kind of messy. This is a great thing to do. You just wet these and then you're able to brush your teeth, and you don't have to bring extra toothpaste along with you. It's all included in one. On the other end, by the way, there's also a pick, so you can use it as a toothpick. Great thing to have while traveling. I also included some gum. This is great on the plane so that you can keep your ear pressure in your ears equal. It's also a great thing to make friends with people. Want some gum? Universal way to make friends. I've also got some mints. So if you don't like gum, you can pass around some mints with people or for yourself. If your mouth gets dry or maybe you get a small cough, some cough drops. I made some here by Ricola. I should say bought some. Really good, a whole bag for $1. And last but not least, because like I said, I have a feminine bag, I also included a small tampon so that in case there's an emergency while you're out traveling with us, that you have something handy. Last but not least, because most of us can't sew while we're on the go, or we might not necessarily have that skill, I included a few clothespins, safety pins, my bad, to be able to deal with any fashion emergencies, maybe a button breaks, etc. You've got a few of these also in this very small bag. Really cool. Last but not least, I've also included another baggie, a little bit bigger, maybe a sandwich size, of about 12 different medications that, again, my nurse has recommended that travelers have. What I did is I bought each of the boxes. These are the generic brands that are available at the Dollar Tree, and I made sure that the active ingredient, it will say right up at the top, is comparable to a major brand name. So once I bought all of the medications, I then went and made some labels. And I'm not sure if you can see that, but I happen to have some return address labels. But if you don't, you can certainly just take a Sharpie and write the information on each bag. I included the brand name of the medication, then what it actually is listed as on the generic brand, which is the active ingredient. I also listed on the third line what it's good for. And finally, on the fourth line, I wrote down how much to take. So all of that. So you just got a little bit of a supply of each of these so that, again, on the go, you've got something to go with. And if you needed more, you could ask some of your friends the next day, hey, can I borrow one of yours? Or, well, hopefully not borrow it because you're not going to give it back, but you're going to be able to share with others. So I've included things like Benadryl for an allergy. And again, I'm just saying the brand name. I've included Mucinex. I've got some Motrin for pain. We've got some Dayquil in case you have a really bad cold. That will take care of most of the symptoms. Zyrtec for 24-hour allergies. I included some Pepto Bismol tablets. I included some Dramamine. And this is really a lifesaver. Even the strongest of us here in the United States who don't suffer from motion sickness often feel a little queasy when you're in the back of the coach and you're headed maybe say through Italy, through some twisty roads, or possibly in the Swiss Alps. You just never know. That driving can really make you feel a little uncomfortable. And the Dramamine can be a lifesaver because nobody wants to get sick on the bus. Just start with the half a tablet and see how you feel, because you want to be careful with this one. It can make you very sleepy. I also included some Sudafed, another one, Immodium. Again, nobody wants to feel that bad while you're on vacation. This is a lifesaver if you can take some Immodium to help slow down the pain. Last but not least, I've got some Tylenol extra strength. So I am by no means advocating or am I an employee of the dollar store. I also do not work at Walmart or at Ocean State Job Lot. The only medication over the counter that I wasn't able to find at the Dollar Tree store was the Dramamine. But a bottle of almost, I think it was 50 tablets, cost about $2.34. So that was at Walmart. So I did pick that up there. And again, all of these are just these little packets, can fit in a bigger baggie, and then all of a sudden you've got all this medication in case of emergency right at your fingertips. You could just take your bag, zip it up, and then drop it in your EF backpack. There are other things, of course. You know your body and you know what you're allergic to or what you might need while on tour. I might, in my own bag, possibly pack some antacid tablets, some Tums. I also happen to like no jet lag, Be Well tablets for the first day, but that's for me. I also pack some melatonin in there so that I can help get to sleep on the plane. One of the other things that I travel with, and again, it's up to you, is Emergency. That particular medication is not over the counter. It's just something that you add as a powder to your water on the plane, and it helps just give you a little boost of antioxidants. And I've never had a cold while I've been on tour because I swear by that. But that's just me. What I suggest you do now is, because this is only $13 per bag that I was able to successfully make, talk to your friends, get a few of you together, go through what you have in your medicine cabinets already. Maybe you don't need to buy so much of these supplies. Maybe you can save a couple of dollars if you've already got a bunch of aspirin or Tylenol that's not, by the way, expired, that you could take. And then whatever you don't have, you can just take your list, which will be posted below this video, and check it off to make sure that you've gotten everything that you might need. I hope, for heaven's sakes to Betsy's, that your tour is safe, educational, and fun in that order. If you need any more information, please feel free to contact me at Wildcat World Travelers. We have a website on Facebook, which is the Weymouth Wildcat World Travelers. That's Wildcat with a K. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you found this tip to be useful.